Remember when life was simpler? When families gathered around the dinner table and a handshake meant something? The 1950s and 60s taught us lessons about life, love, and respect that seem to be fading away in today's fast-paced world. But here's the truth, those lessons still matter. They might be more important now than ever before. Today, let's take a walk down memory lane and rediscover 10 forgotten life lessons from the 1950s and 60s, lessons that can bring joy, meaning, and wisdom back into our lives. And hey, if you remember these lessons, or if you think the world could use a little more of them, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Back in the day, family dinner was a non-negotiable event. No matter how busy the day was, everyone gathered around the table, shared a meal, and talked about their day. Parents asked kids about school, grandparents told stories from the past, and everyone felt connected. It wasn't just about eating, it was about being together. Compare that to today, where so many families eat in front of the TV or are glued to their phones. We've lost something valuable, the power of real conversation. Back then, no one was in a rush to finish their meal and get back to their screens. The table was a place for storytelling, laughter, and wisdom passed down through generations. Why it still matters today. Studies show that families who eat together are closer, happier, and even healthier. It's not just about the food, it's about the sense of belonging. Even if you live alone, making mealtime special by setting the table, playing some soft music, or even video calling a loved one can bring that same warmth back into your life. So, let's bring back the tradition of shared meals. Whether it's with family, friends, or neighbors, take the time to sit, eat, and truly connect. There was a time when a handshake sealed the deal. Contracts and fine print weren't necessary. Your word was your bond. If you shook hands with someone, it meant you were making a promise, and you intended to keep it. Think about how different things are today. People break commitments easily, whether in business, friendships, or even marriages. Trust seems harder to come by. Back in the 1950s and 60s, trust and reputation mattered. If you didn't keep your word, you didn't just damage a deal, you damaged your name. People believed in honor and integrity, and a handshake was a symbol of that. Why? It still matters today. While times have changed, one thing hasn't. Trust is still the foundation of strong relationships. Whether it's business, friendships, or marriage, people still respect those who are true to their word. So, let's bring back the value of our promises. Whether it's showing up when we say we will, keeping a commitment, or simply being reliable, being a person of integrity never goes out of style. People used to take pride in their work. It didn't matter if you were a mechanic, a teacher, a shopkeeper, or a factory worker, doing your job well meant something. There was no such thing as just a job. Every role mattered, and people had a strong work ethic. Compare that to today, where instant gratification is everywhere. Many people want success overnight, without putting in the effort. But true success takes time, patience, and dedication. Why? It still matters today. Even in retirement, hard work keeps us sharp and gives us purpose. Whether it's gardening, volunteering, mentoring young people, or pursuing a hobby, staying active and engaged keeps us feeling young at heart. Back in the day, if something broke, you didn't toss it out, you fixed it. Whether it was a toaster, a television, or even a pair of shoes, people valued quality over quantity. Fast forward to today, and we live in a disposable society. If a phone gets a tiny scratch, people replace it. If a relationship has problems, many walk away instead of working on it. Why? It still matters today. Fixing things, whether it's material objects or personal relationships, teaches us patience and appreciation. Whether it's sewing up a torn jacket or working through difficulties in a friendship, repairing rather than replacing brings deeper satisfaction. Back then, neighbors weren't just strangers living next door, they were friends. People looked out for each other. If someone was sick, neighbors brought food. If a kid misbehaved, any adult in the neighborhood could correct them. Today, many people don't even know their neighbors' names. We've lost that sense of community. Why? It still matters today. Feeling connected to those around you brings joy and security. Even small gestures saying hello, offering help, or joining local groups can rebuild that sense of belonging. What's one memory you have of your childhood neighborhood? I'd love to hear. Do you remember when kids played outside? When a stick could become a sword, a cardboard box could be a spaceship, and we could spend hours climbing trees or riding bikes until the streetlights came on. In the 1950s and 60s, kids didn't need expensive gadgets to have fun. The great outdoors was our playground, and our imaginations did the rest. We made lifelong friends not through screens, but through real-life adventures. Whether it was a game of baseball in the street, skipping rocks by the lake, or just chasing fireflies on a summer night. But look at today. Kids spend hours indoors, glued to their phones, tablets, and video games. The idea of playing outside is almost foreign. Why? It still matters today. Outdoor play wasn't just about fun, it was about learning, socializing, and problem-solving. It made us healthier, happier, and more creative. Even now, spending time outside, taking a walk, working in the garden, or just enjoying the fresh air can boost our mood, keep us active, and spark creativity. If you have grandkids, encourage them to step away from the screen and experience the world outside. It might just be the best gift you can give them. Back in the day, dressing well wasn't about showing off, it was about self-respect. Whether you were going to church, work, or even just out for a meal, you took pride in your appearance. Men wore button-down shirts, polished shoes, and neatly combed hair. Women wore dresses, styled their hair, and carried themselves with grace. Even school kids dressed neatly. Fast forward to today, and things have become a lot more casual. Now, don't get me wrong, comfort is great, but have we lost something along the way? Why, it still matters today. Dressing well doesn't mean wearing expensive clothes. It means taking care of yourself. Studies show that when you dress well, you feel better, more confident, and even more respected. So, even if we're not wearing suits and dresses every day, let's remember the power of self-care. Whether it's brushing our hair, wearing a nice outfit, or standing tall with confidence, how we present ourselves still matters. Do you miss the old-fashioned way of dressing up? Tell me your thoughts. Once upon a time, if you wanted to stay in touch with someone, you wrote a letter. Not a quick text, not an email, but a handwritten letter full of thought and heart. There was something magical about getting a letter in the mail, the excitement of opening an envelope, reading words written just for you, feeling truly connected even if miles apart. But today, everything is instant. We send quick messages, often without real thought. The art of meaningful communication is fading. Why? It still matters today. Taking the time to write, whether in a letter, a card, or even a journal, helps us slow down, reflect, and truly express ourselves. Even now, receiving a handwritten note feels special. Why not surprise an old friend or a loved one with a letter? You might just make their day. There was a time when respect for elders was a core value. We said yes, sir, and no, ma'am. We listened to our grandparents' stories with genuine interest. We didn't see elders as outdated, we saw them as wise. Nowadays, that respect seems to be fading. Some younger generations view seniors as out of touch. But the truth is, that age brings wisdom, experience, and lessons that no smartphone can teach. Why? It still matters today. Respecting elders isn't just about good manners, it's about valuing wisdom, tradition, and life experience. As seniors, we can lead by example, sharing stories, offering guidance, and reminding younger generations of the power of respect. Do you feel that respect for elders has changed? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Back in the day, happiness wasn't measured by how many things you owned. It wasn't about the latest gadgets, luxury cars, or social media followers. It was about people. We found joy in Sunday family dinners, neighborhood gatherings, simple walks, and deep conversations. Fast forward to today, and people are busier than ever, but lonelier than ever. Why? It still matters today. True, happiness isn't about stuff. It's about connections, relationships, and shared experiences. No matter how fast the world moves, let's cherish real moments. Call an old friend, spend time with family, or simply share a laugh. Because in the end, love and memories matter more than anything money can buy. So there you have it. 10 forgotten life lessons from the 1950s and 60s that we could all use today. Which one spoke to you the most? Are there any lessons from the past that you think we need to bring back? Let's start a conversation in the comments. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who could use a little nostalgia. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care and keep living wisely